What's
Okay,
up? What's up? Back at it.
we
Welcome,
back.
welcome, people. Welcome.
Episode three.
Yeah, what's going
Got
on
the
with y'all,
ball
man?
rolling. Man, everything going good, No
I
complaints.
would,
It's a good
I
week.
would, I wish I was able to go to the barber like this guy, but it is what it is.
You're not gonna get in,
Hey, word, you looking rough
It,
from
it,
time,
it looks
bro.
it looks shaped
Definitely,
up, bro.
definitely
Only
not,
Wow.
definitely not like it, him.
real talk,
I
man.
don't know.
Hey,
I
it
don't know
rough
what's
out
happening.
there on these Canadian streets, bro.
He must be in phase 5, because that's all I can say. But lock up,
It's 5.
lock up. I know no barber shops open.
Lock
Real
up.
talk, man. We're supposed to be opening up next week, actually.
Barber shops ain't open, but clippers ain't stopped clipping. That's the problem. That's what y'all need to understand.
I feel you.
Yeah, man. So, what we talking about this week, man? What we talking about this week?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're getting closer to finalizing this playoff system, man. So, and
Yeah, I
then,
mean, should be interesting.
yeah,
I,
we can see. What
I
your
still got,
thoughts on Damian Lillard?
I still gotta see. I still gotta see the groundwork, the actual write up of it. But
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Damian Lillard got a point though. Like Damian, I could ride with Damian. Damian have a point because if they're not gonna make playoffs, why play?
He has a
Why
point, but
risk?
I don't.
Why would you risk injury?
I don't understand the point though, because if it was a regular, whatever, he still was gonna be playing, even if they didn't make the playoffs. So it's like, what's the difference?
But he has a choice now.
He had a choice before.
But like you acting like they ain't top 8 in the West. They ain't gonna beat Lakers. They ain't gonna beat Clippers. They may be Rockets.
It ain't gonna happen in the playoffs.
You know how the Rockets go.
Rockets.
No, like they literally, to me, that team is situated as basically probably the top 3 or 4, in my opinion, in the West.
Stop it.
No, in a playoff setting, bro. I feel like
The
they could beat
Rockets.
Denver again. I feel like they could beat the Rockets. I
You
think
talking about
literally,
Portland.
Portland. I think the only teams that could probably beat them for real is Clippers and Lakers. I try and think of another Western team.
I think you've been playing 2K too long.
They
and
cannot beat the Nuggets, wait. What are you talking about?
There's
They
two
beat
people
Nuggets
on that.
last year.
There are 2 people on that team, Kadeem.
They
Barely.
beat the Nuggets last year.
Barely.
What you mean barely? They did it though. It doesn't matter.
There's 2 people
Now,
on that
Portland
team,
did
but
get
That
worse.
was last year, Gideon.
Yes, but
That was
Portland
last
did
year.
get worse. But I feel like they can still beat them. Portland did get worse, in my opinion, because
So
Hawkins
you
was
don't
a
feel
big,
like
so because they got worse, they got better.
you
no.
don't feel like the Nuggets got
I
better?
just not in personnel, probably in experience.
So you saying Portland been working out this whole time when they been on lockdown?
I think they have been. It's my opinion.
If they was, he wouldn't have say he
That's
wouldn't
just my
want to play.
bro. In my opinion, the Portland did get worse. Denver got a little better, I guess, in terms of
Exactly.
experience, but the
Portland still
personnel
could
did
beat
not
Denver.
change. But I still feel like Portland could beat Denver. That's
Okay.
just my opinion.
So it's a 16-team playoff. We know it's regardless of conference.
Yeah.
Okay, we say Portland
Well,
out.
so that's confirmed too. Regardless
I think
of
that's what
now.
Tuesday coming, they'll have all the information whether
they'll
it's going to be
confirm
16 or 20 or 22. But
But my
right
thing
now,
is-
it's looking at 16.
If it stays that way, do y'all think that hurts or helps certain teams?
Yeah, see, to me, I don't really like the all 16, top 16 type of format. I don't like it because, bro, if I in the West, that's just how the tables turn throughout history of the sport in terms of what the drafting was. That ain't my responsibility. You know what I mean? So, like, as a GM, it is your job to either win your division. See, division is not even a big thing in NBA because in NFL, your job to get to the playoff is win the division. If you win the division, you will be in the playoffs. But it's be multiple teams out of certain divisions in NBA playoffs. It don't really do by division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the division titles is not even recognized as like a thing to do really in NBA. Because I don't even know all the divisions. Like I know them, but I don't really care that much.
It's like 3 in each conference, eh?
Yeah.
I think, but I'm not sure.
It's lopsided though. Like it's lopsided. 3 in each conference. 8 teams. But the thing is with the NFL, not to talk about the NFL too much, but the thing is with the NFL, have a potential to get a bye, meaning you don't have to play someone in the first round. So
Yeah.
that's why divisions are more important in that sport as opposed to basketball.
And I mean,
But
it is
I wouldn't
football.
say though.
So
I wouldn't say that though, Cadero, because like obviously we all know you could win your division and still not be a first round bye. I don't feel like organizations' first goal is to get a first round bye. I always think their first goal as an organization is to win the division and then we go up from there.
I think
Because you're just trying to solidify your spot in the dance.
it's definitely more beneficial for football, though.
Yeah.
It's a physical sport, so you really would want that first round bye. You'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a week off from me potentially breaking something. So I definitely would want that more in the NFL and the NBA.
Yeah.
But as opposed to the whole 16 teams regardless of conference, I don't agree. Oh, I think it hurts certain teams because I feel as though certain teams build their teams in a way to battle people in their conference. So you have a lot of inter-conference play.
Exactly.
And like basketball is positionless, but a lot of teams do build their teams to play in their certain conferences. Like
because
in the old,
what's
you saying?
Because you already have the rules in place to where it's like, yeah, I need to do this to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or get out of the West, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like that mindset is the mindset that you have to be in. You have to be building your team. Like you also, like for East, for example, right? You have to basically build your team depending on how you was when the Cavs was there. You had to build your team for when you have to try beat LeBron. That's what the Toronto Raptors was doing, etc. All these other teams. But you also have to have in your mind that if you meet in Golden State at the time, you have to have a team that can beat Golden State as well. So you have to basically have to do two jobs at once when you're formulating a team to come out the East and potentially compete for a championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
you look at the.
I just feel like it adds a better taste in your mouth of you going through all of this and you build this team that is able to do both and you just that good. Because like if you look at like we using football again, like you build your team to try and win the division and beat this divisional rival. A lot of times if that rival is a Super Bowl contender, you have a good enough team to win a ring at that point. You see what I'm saying? So that is like you doing both. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I feel like it makes you better too, in my opinion.
It should. And I guess even with hockey, they got 2014 playoff. You don't think that's kind of ridiculous?
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I don't think it is because
how much percentage that is, Cadero?
It's no, I kid you not. It's a high percentage, but
24 to 31. You know,
it's a high percentage. But hockey is a more balanced. The NHL is a more balanced league than the NBA.
But my thing is,
77%.
You bring in a team that might have never had a chance to make the playoffs in a few years, and they might just basketball. They be like, "Yeah, man, conference finals." What?
You gotta realize the only reason why they did that is because the standings were so close at the end that anything could go a certain number of ways. NBA, yes. Some teams was out from opening tip off in October.
Yeah, but my thing is though, Cadero, you don't know how the season would have turned around because I think it was either this year or last year. Mm-hmm. Rockets was like 15, bro. Like in the West. And
so you're making my point for me then?
No, I'm just saying that.
You are.
No. I'm saying that Rockets have a history of being a decent team. Now,
starting slowly.
Exactly. We would have to see what the teams that were 15 hypothetically in the hockey, were they actually good the previous years to project that they could be a seeded spot in the playoffs. If they was 15 last year and you come out 13 this year, that's a little improvement, but that ain't really a big change to see if you could jump to a playoff spot.
So, Kadeem, if let's say the team won their conference last year, right? And they went to the Stanley Cup, and they were at close of play, they was 13th. Are you
That's different
extending?
because Las Vegas. We'd have to see what Las Vegas was because Las Vegas was a new team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they actually went to the Stanley Cup to play. So I don't know where they were now in this. Well, it's not now.
I think they're still pretty high up.
Okay,
At
so
least
I don't
from what
know.
I've seen from the
Like
standings.
you're still making my point for me though. It's
No, but in this scenario, Las Vegas is not even lower on the totem pole, and they just was constituted, Cadero.
no, but you're still making my point. As in, why would you? You said teams wouldn't have an opportunity to make the playoffs, but because the leagues are so balanced, whereas it flip flops every year, you have a bigger pool of players who could potentially make the playoffs. And we know in any sport, no matter what it is, once it's playoff time, anything can go down. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't think
I
it.
feel like I feel like when you say it's balanced, though, in my opinion, if you say it's balanced, that
It's more
means
competitive.
Yeah, that's what I
that it's
meant.
more competitive and there's less of a situation of a good team being 15.
But my feel is regular season for a reason. So playoffs should be more as a reward. Like I don't care how close it is, I still feel like yeah, you earned this because even if it's closer, that means I still was the better team at that point in time, or at least this season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins, I think, at the top of the league right now. I don't know what's up with these Boston teams and always trying to win stuff, but that always happening. And look
Yeah,
at the
man.
Blackhawks. I think the Blackhawks have a history of winning, so like
Yeah, but I
them
think the Blackhawks was doing trash.
exactly. They were doing trash, but you
Yeah.
see, now if they potentially make the playoffs, that could be a problem because Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves,
Yeah,
they know how to win.
yeah. Because
It might have
they've
been
been in the scenarios already before.
exactly. It might be some new teams this year who just it might have been their first chance to make the playoffs, and it's like they earned it. But it's like these other teams coming in with players like Patrick Kane, they might be like, "Hey, we got this winning pedigree, we win it. I don't care. I don't care what our record is."
Yeah, I feel like I guess, but like for this year, bro, you just gotta let it and throw it up, bro. That's how I look at it. Like you gotta throw it up
Yeah.
and be like, play this just one time, because like we all know soccer's do it differently too. Like soccer, they have the divisional, they have the League Cup, then they got the Champions League, right? So in the League Cup, most League Cups they allow all of the divisions within that league to play. So you could see like the lower divisions playing Barcelona or the lower divisions playing Arsenal or whatever, and anyone could win in any given day. You know what I mean? So until they start doing stuff like that, it could be what it is. It should be a privilege. I agree, because there's no high weight on winning the FA Cup and the EPL at all. Like they say it and they're like, oh yeah, we win the FA Cup, but like no one cares about the FA Cup.
You only want to see Champions League.
Yeah, bro. No one cares about the FA Cup, and that's the problem with trying to make it so rewarding for everyone. When you make it that everyone is involved in it, there's literally no incentivization to play hard in the FA Cup because everyone in it. You know what I mean?
All right, but I looked it up just now. There are 25 teams in the NHL currently, well, at close of play, that had a winning record.
Oh, wow.
So now do you understand the reason why they'd say, 24 teams?
However, though, in the West, winning record teams do not make the playoffs, Cadero.
That is true.
But an NBA is trying to do 20 teams in the playoffs.
No, I know, but I'm saying in the regular scheme of playoffs, you cannot come here and say just because they had a winning record, they should have a chance into the playoffs. Because of the same fact that basketball, you could have a winning record and not make the playoffs.
We know that, but I'm saying there have been times in the past when 8th seed has been decided on the last day, where teams have been tied for 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me if you would have done 16 teams, right? And close of play, you have two teams tied. How do you decide between the two teams if everything is even across the board? Tiebreakers, conference record, head-to-head, home versus away.
Well, all that is go to the power of schedule.
Yeah.
Say it's the same. Just for
It can't be the same. Power of schedule cannot be the same.
It could be the same.
No, it can't, Cadero.
It'll be very rare that it would be the same.
No, I don't even know of a case how it is the same because I'm assuming I don't know how the hockey divisions go hypothetically.
But you gotta remember though.
I don't know how the scheduling go, but I could only use NFL for example. no one schedule is ever the same. Strength of schedule is ever the same.
Because in the NFL, you don't play the same people every year. You change up,
Yeah.
and in the NBA, you do, and the NHL, you do.
But
But
no, but in the NBA, the strength of schedule still changes because some divisions they'll play this other guy 2 or 3 times, and then that same person in your division could play them 4 times. It's
I think we
situations
can
like
make
that.
a case for both ways because, like we said, the rules are already in place to where you know how to make the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're making a case for this team has a winning record, then you should also be against, this team got a losing record, so they shouldn't make it. Like in the Eastern Conference, is like that bottom half is like, how y'all even get it? Like, what y'all even do it in the playoffs?
Yeah, and that's the problem I have with it. It's because it's like if you start doing that, it's like it ain't incentivizing the East to get better too. It ain't incentive. It's like, yeah, bro, like just top 16. Because
Maybe they don't want to get better.
I guess I just feel like to get the whole league hypothetically, up there, they need to fucking keep it how it is, in my opinion. But this 1 year, you could just throw it up
It's
and
just this
say,
1 year. We know
yeah,
after.
it's
We
just
know.
1
We know
year.
it's gonna go back to
No,
normal.
but they've
afterwards.
been teasing with it though. It
Yeah.
ain't like this the first time they
Before
talk
this
about
year,
this.
before this year.
They've been talking about this for like a while now.
That's all pillow talk. You know, it wasn't nothing was
It
gonna
could be
happen.
pillow talk,
I mean,
but pillow
it
talk is
could
gonna have to
be.
be yeah, bro. Sometimes, bro.
Like this could be a chance to where they just be like, okay, we tried it. It worked. It was successful. We might just roll with this for real. You never know.
What I also like too, when they was talking to Spencer Dinwiddie, I rather his scenario. If you're gonna do this high amount of teams, it should not be a series. It should be March Madness type of feel.
I don't agree with that at all.
I agree
I
with
do
it.
not. You don't know 1 game wins all?
I forgot his system. It was like a round robin system, and it was like tournament based, and it was like 20 NBA teams. I think he had
In the
doing
group
it.
stage.
Hell no.
And it was like,
if they do group stages, maybe like you.
So-
group
So you mean like 2 losses, you out? That's what you mean?
No, I don't know how it was exactly. I think it was. I think if you lose, you're out. How I look at it though, blind. NFL is 1 loss and you're out.
That's football. Who playing multiple?
I know.
Multiple games of football?
You can't compare those. You can't compare those.
I'm
leagues,
not comparing. I'm just saying that.
You can't use it for
I'm
comparison
just
either.
saying that if you look at March Madness, right? If you look at March Madness, how it's set up, very rarely amount of times does a great organized team not win. You see what I'm saying? Even if you look at Villanova team, they didn't have no star power or nothing, but they was coached well and they could play.
So are you telling me
So I feel like in that scenario, I feel like it's very unlikely that who would be the 20th seed y'all would think in the NBA right now? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question from March Madness. Carl Anthony Towns, that team when they were almost undefeated and didn't win, you don't even think that was the best team that year?
I think that was the best team that year. Right, they were.
And they lost of 1 game.
Yeah.
So you think that was fine?
That's how this tournament go, blind.
Do you even remember who won?
I don't remember who won that year.
Duke, of course. But anyways, what I'm saying is,
what team Duke them at that year? Who's on that year?
I was with Trey Jones' brother and all those other guys.
I'm trying to remember they star because that's before Tatum.
Yeah, that was before Tatum.
I try and think anyway, but I feel like how you gotta just know what the tournament is. Like I say, even how NCAA go for basketball, right? You care slightly about SEC tournaments or your conference tournaments. You slightly care because it gives you a higher probability to get into the March Madness, right? So that is the reason why you potentially want to do good. You could not be the best team in your conference, but if you win the tournament, you in, right?
Yeah.
So it's an incentivization to play better in your conference tournament. But once you get the March Madness, all that don't matter. Your regular season performance don't matter no more, which is the point of it being 1 win or 1 loss and you're out. Keep on winning.
Think a 7-game series would make you realize who is the better team more than just one game.
I talking about for this year, bro. I talking about only for this year.
Only for this year.
Only for this year.
Why would they have to do that this year, though?
I would say at least if you were to talk about if you're trying to shorten the amount of playoff series, I'd say the least you would do is go back in the day and do 5.
Do 5, eh?
And do 5. Do 5 or do because you got to remember if they play in Orlando, everyone in the same vicinity, so you could have you could play one day, off the next day, play a day, and you
and my
pretty much go through.
It's the NBA though.
Yeah,
like any team can beat any team on a given day. Let's say March Madness, where
no, not every
these teams.
Not every team, but I know what you mean.
Devin Booker would go off and beat somebody right now.
To me,
you don't think so?
To me, bro.
Devin Booker could drop 40 and beat a team.
In playoff environment, I always feel like the better operating team wins games or series. They just play better. Like when you look at the Raptors and the Warriors last year, the Raptors was playing better than them on all phases, bro. Like literally, in my opinion, when I was watching, I really wanted Warriors to win, but I was like, boy, like I know, boy, VanVleet balling, Siakam balling, like they was balling, bro. So that's how I look at it. In a playoff setting, that's why I say playoff setting is different than regular season. In regular season, I feel like anyone could win. But when you put that playoff setting in the back of players' mind, it's just a different feel.
So do we have to throw out the word upset? Because if
there may be some upsets in that type of format.
No, but I'm saying, do we have to throw out that word? Because you're saying the team that plays better should win. So does that mean that the word upset isn't fitting for a team with a lower seed winning over a higher seed?
No, upset. I see what you're saying, but like even though they're projected to be better and they're projected to perform better and like perform more efficiently, in that game, something could just be happening. Like he's not hitting his jumpers. He could have an open shot.
So so based on what you said just now, you still want to do a 1-game series
for this year? I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying that it would be good to see what happens.
Give me a yes or no.
Yes.
Give me a yes or no.
I don't think that'd be good at all.
And that's your opinion. That's fine.
I don't see it.
I just feel like, in my opinion, it is. If we want to talk about winning records and all of this, I just feel like instead of doing 16 of teams that, you all decide what the top 16 is, if you give it to 20 or a higher percentage of people to make it fair now, is to do the one loss thing. That's just my opinion. Because you either gonna do 16 and do game 7, in my opinion, or you're gonna open it up and not do the game 7, but just do the one loss. Because it don't make no sense changing it to 5, in my opinion. If you're gonna open it up to 20.
But the thing is, the reason why you open it up to 20 is when the league shut down, they weren't at the end of the year. They weren't at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So that's why you, like you say, anything could happen. Anything could happen in those last, was it 2 months left?
Yeah, I understand that.
So you open it up to 20 because you have 2 months. That's potentially, 30 games?
Yes, but you have to realize, in my opinion, this is how you always have to act and think, in my opinion. As a player, you always have to be in playoff contention. You always have to be a top 8 seed. It's not my fault that the season ended. Obviously, this is global stuff. I understand all of that. I'm saying that you always have to be in playoff contention as an organization. So you can't sit and say, oh, yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. Ravens could be 7. Ravens could be 6. You can't take
10-game winning streak.
Ravens could be 6 and we 9 right now. Ravens could be it. No, bro. You was 9.
Yeah.
You was 9, bro. I don't know what's going to happen. You could have lose. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
Don't know. Because we don't know is why you do 20.
But I'm saying if you're going to open it up to 20, they shouldn't have a fair shake.
What you
Everyone should. They shouldn't hypothetically have a fair shake slightly because they was out of playoffs to begin with.
No, Kadeem, dying playoffs yet. You open it up to 20 to determine the 16 playoff teams.
Oh, you saying open up to 20 to allow them to?
You gotta remember they still have a little bit of regular season left, determining seeding and positioning. So you open it up to 20. You do your group stages, and you decide who's
so in
top
this
18.
Open up before playoffs. What you gonna do?
How much
games you gonna allow them to play? 5
group stages. You play probably about 2 weeks. I'd say 2 weeks.
I just go straight to playoffs, to be honest.
That's my opinion. It don't even make no sense, and that's why I don't agree with playing regular season.
I try to win a championship.
You gotta remember, these guys been off for 2 months. So
I get that.
But they
playoff is a higher intensity. So
you still gotta play next year, though.
Yeah, you still gotta play next year.
Next year, pretty much right now. Next year, right there, you gotta be running on trying to make a whole new season.
We in June. Regular playoffs is start when? Playoffs is start in May or beginning April, second week in April, right?
Yeah, we only 2 months. We 2 months pushed.
So that's what I'm trying to say. We're ready 2 months behind the ball. And you talking about still play regular season?
No, I said 2 weeks. That's the only reason why you open up to 20. The only reason why you talk about open up to 20 is if you plan on playing regular season. You're not gonna do it. We know we're not gonna do a 20-team playoff.
That's why Lillard don't want to play now,
Look at it. If you do the same thing that you're talking about, you would have to add 2 months on the back end, which would be September or August. I mean,
Why would you have to add 2 months?
Because you're ready 2 months behind the ball, Cadero.
But everyone's in the same location, so it's gonna be quicker.
Yeah, but you still gotta give time for the body to rest. You saying that? You still gotta give. You can't just say, "Yeah, boy, you play this day, you play the next day, you play again." No.
No, I'm saying if you play every other day, a 7-game series could take what? 2 weeks? 4 rounds?
No, but that's only every other day. That's why they had to play association, Cadero. They don't want to do that every other day thing.
Exactly.
They took that out.
Because even in the process of you playing every other day, you're still gonna get tired.
Yeah,
and it's still not gonna be the prime content for a playoff series because it's quicker, and you don't want to rush it, and that's gonna lead to potential injury because you rushing your body and you shocking your body, bro.
That's why they talk about straight to playoffs.
Okay, I lose. Go 16 March Madness then.
I didn't say it's a loss. I just said, that's why I feel like I'm saying. For the players.
If you do it that way, like I say, you have to add these 2 months you lost to the back end of the 2 months, and you would basically be finishing middle of August, end of August. Mm-hmm. That time, Tingham starting already. When you starting you ain't had no time for off season. You literally have a month to do off season, and then by October, preseason starting.
No, you would start probably in this kind of format for this year. So this year and next year will probably be affected. So I think if they were to do that and push everything back, they would start December, and then they would start December, have a shortened season to get the scheduling back on for the 2022 season in October.
I guess, and then next season wouldn't be 82. I guess.
No, it wouldn't be 82. That's what I think a lot of teams are not going to do, especially baseball. I don't think they're gonna have you can't have 162 games this year. They're gonna
say they was having like 80 something this year.
Yeah, so you shorten it, and you have to shorten these 2 seasons to get your timing back for the next season.
But this is why it leads to my point more so, because if you do one, you could knock them out, and no one getting hurt, no one getting nothing. And that's just how it's set up.
That seems like the best bet for me. I feel like that's what the players want too.
And I think that bring a little bit more excitement to it.
No, not the March Madness. I'm just talking about straight to playoffs. I know for the March Madness.
So Blind, you still feel it should be 7? Because if you don't want 7, you gotta go to 5 or 3.
Maybe just like the first couple of rounds. Not finals. The finals can't be less than 7. Finals can't be less than 7. That wouldn't be the finals. Has the finals ever been less than 7?
Regular, yeah. No, I think even Jordan was 7.
Never. That don't make sense to me.
I mean, that's you. Well, a lot of people probably agree with you, to be honest, bro. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I can't just do or die, and somebody go off. It's like, who this like even is?
Any given Sunday, boy.
I mean, hey, but it happens, and I mean, I get you, but in playoff games or in final games, it happens.
One game.
But you cannot determine a playoff series in the NBA off of one game.
I get it.
We've seen teams come back from 3-1. We've seen teams come
Only
back
once.
from down to.
Stop it.
It happened though, right?
Once.
It happened
once. And just recently happened in history. So
we've seen teams come down from 2-0.
Call his name.
I'm good.
LeBron James, bro.
But it's happened. So you can't determine a playoff series with one game. I understand why you would want to do it in the collegiate level.
Circumstances is all I'm saying. This is not regular circumstances.
All right. I hope whoever Dallas plays in the first round, they lose on a buzzer beater.
I don't think we winning no chip this year anyway, so I'm watching nothing.
Very realistic.
Yeah, but that mean we decent, but we ain't winning no chip.
Dog, all you gotta do in this scenario is win 5 games and you the championship, you champions.
Dog, at the end of the day, however they do this year gonna have an asterisk, regardless of how the format is.
You see, there's shortened seasons before, and people don't really remember the asterisk.
Exactly. When you do that, a lockout year, them things you don't want to be checking for them year. You win in ring, really?
No, I mean they don't remember that it was a shortened season. They just remember the championships. That's all I feel like people remember.
I don't remember that lockout. That lockout year, I forget who in that. That was what year that was?
Spurs.
It was Spurs, and then they had another shortened one, with the Heat one.
Maybe the Spurs and Heat. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think Heat won the second one. I think that was LeBron's first one, right?
I believe so, but either way, I feel like people don't remember if it's shortened or not.
They don't remember. You remember champions. You remember it was shortened. You may make allude to it.
All I'm saying is that I'd rather play it like that than getting potential people injured slightly. And they playing so much games in a short amount of time that they don't have time to recover. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. I guess we'll be right back. Take a little break.
Yep.
Hit y'all with some more topics.
Yep.
Okay, we're back. What's going on, man?
Man, we back, man.
Back.
All right.
Yeah, so we went in with our basketball opinions, man.
Y'all was doing a lot. Y'all were doing a lot.
Yeah, man.
That was a war. I was like,
man, it's not war, man. It's no right or wrong, man. It's no right or wrong.
Clearly there is, but okay.
Oh man. So yeah, I guess you could expound on this universal DH situation that MLB trying to put in both of the conferences as well.
I guess when they're trying to bring back the season and all, how we talked about how they might have a shortened season, 82 games. They were thinking about a universal DH system. Aaron knows about this as well. It's basically, in the NL, they allow the starting pitcher to pitch, and then you use pinch hitters or whatever else. In the AL, they already have a DH system where you just have somebody designated to hit. Literally, that's all it is. But you still have the pitcher. So they want to just use the universal DH system, and I think it's because they just want to score more runs and just make baseball more of an offensive sport, I guess. A lot of people, when they watch baseball, they're like, I'm excited now. And a lot of the time, that's how a lot of people react, at least, who aren't deeply involved in baseball.
Fanatics.
Fanatical baseball. But yeah, man, I mean, I feel like it's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I feel like it's a great idea. And I feel like, if you want to keep the tradition alive of letting pitchers hit then you could bring that back, like how they kind of used to do with interleague play, where they had it where, AL would go against NL because it was in a clearly even league. So you would have to do 16. It's 16 teams in the AL. It was 16?
Yeah, it was 16. No, it was 16 in the AL. Houston went over. No, 16 in the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, 16 in the NL and 14 in the AL. So they had to do interleague play just so NL could have some time to use the DH. So for a month for that. So I feel like what they should do is, if they want to keep the history of hitting with the pitcher alive, just bring that back for like a month and, let the pitchers hit if that's what y'all really need or want. What y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I know. I'm slightly, like, we discussed this like earlier this week. That's why we had the poll about it. But like, I'm slightly conflicted because like I do agree that if you add the full of it, like not even forcing, but like pitchers have to do something other than just throwing the ball. You know what I mean? So it's like they have to work on another skill of that game. But like literally, if you bring in the DH through the whole league, pitchers don't even have to. They don't have to practice batting no more at all, bro. Like, why would you put a pitcher there with potentially low average when you could put a DH there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a GM, so it's like a lot of pitchers would probably just throw away that skill. So I mean, you could keep it traditional. My thing is, I feel like it should be an option potentially that all teams could use. But the thing is, I feel like GM still go put a DH rather than a pitcher though. Always, probably.
Yeah, why would you make it that option?
Yeah, if it is an option, they can always pick a DH because who want their pitcher batting 219 on the pitch on the plate?
Yeah.
But then you got to always look at the flip side of it if you do have it as an option, because if that means you're forcing the other team to bat with their pitcher.
No.
So that
it depends on what the option is.
Like that.
It depends on what the option is. So you're saying hypothetically, if this team chooses to bat their pitcher, the other team must as well.
That's a good idea.
That would be the idea.
An option.
That would be slightly better, I guess.
It would work into strategy wise. So they know they have a pitcher who's never bat the ball a day in their life, and they know that you have a pitcher who has bat. Then
that would be a good strategy thing to fuel in it for real. But it would be like, is the home team gonna be choosing if we're using pitchers or DH, in this series or whatever? Like, who would be choosing what position we're gonna use?
I believe it would be the home team, because then I guess another thing branching into the strategy is that you can possibly get the opposing pitcher out quicker, because it's only so long you want him back. So you're gonna bring in a bat to replace him, and that means that he's off the mound, which I think is their eventual goal. So it could work. It could work out in their favor if they look at it like that.
Yeah. I mean, also, I don't know. I'm not like 100% on in what innings. I know it changes for a team, but in what innings do you normally bring in the closing pitcher?
Ninth, last inning.
Always most times it's the last inning.
Yeah, you could bring it in the 8 sometimes if your closing pitcher just that good and you just want 6 outs.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, like, on the batting side, it could potentially be something too, to where like you had him in for the entire game, and like you bring him, let's say, in the 6th or the 7th inning, and you selected that pitcher's gonna bat this game. So if your closing pitcher had a higher batting average, you giving yourself a more offense. Plus, he's good at closing, so you're getting a double type of field. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen a good closing pitcher that can hit.
Okay, no, I don't know. I'm just saying, in the new age of it happening, it could be a thing that happens. But I'm not saying it can happen or whatever. But
I'd see the only way I see that happening is if you have a former positional player who's learned how to pitch. So that may be something that that may be something that teams look to develop more. So I mean, I've never seen like McCarr said. I've never seen a relief pitcher bat, and if I have, it's not much, and it's only because he's dominating.
Yeah,
But you
too.
don't
Yeah.
see.
So I
But
was gonna say,
relief pitchers are kind of specialists, so they don't be
yeah.
in the batting cage.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, in terms of release pitchers or closing pitchers, right? In the what conference the pitchers bat again?
I know.
Yep.
So in the NL, when he come in to relief, has it never been a situation where the batting order changed up to where he had
I
to bat?
mean,
Yeah,
it's
you have that.
it's usually relief pitchers. They ain't pitching no 6 innings. They only pitching one or two regularly. So
Yeah.
they might have a chance to bat, but
yeah.
most of the time they just gonna pitch that one inning and they can bring in a pitcher.
Yeah. So even in that scenario, though, the starting pitcher probably don't even have a good enough batting average anyway, too. Before he brought in. So, for example, if the pitcher was in the order to bat in the 7th, they would probably let the starting pitcher bat, and then after he bats, they probably would bring in the closing pitcher in the 8th.
No, you just bring in a batter at that aspect. If it works in your strategy. So if you're.
So how many times you could switch? So you could switch in the NL too.
You could switch at any point. You could
as much people on your roster.
So every time the pitcher come up, you could switch the batter.
Yeah. So, but if you take him out the game, he can't come back in the game though. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. So what
as
you see
or as both.
As a player.
He's off the field if you substitute him. So, what you see a lot of teams used to do, at least in the NL, is double switch. So they would, so if they bring in a pinch hitter, they would leave that positional player in and take out a player and let the pitcher bat in that spot. If you know what I mean.
No, that wasn't going over my head. Sorry, I ain't the best baseball guy.
All right, so I'll give you a quick example. So say your pitcher is the first bat in the inning. He's batting 9, and you bring in a pinch hitter, right? And they get and the side is retired, and you know that the 7th batter is coming up in the next inning. What teams could potentially do is double switch, meaning that they put the pitcher to bat in the number 6 hole and leave that positional player who came in the pinch hit in that 9 hole. Meaning that you have more batters in between the time that you have to get your pitcher to pitch. So that way you can squeeze out 2 innings out of your relief pitcher.
I slightly
get it. Okay.
Slightly.
All right. Okay.
So the pinch is basically considered the switch then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, more or less, because he's coming in the bat.
Yeah.
So he could.
And at the same time, he can't pitch no more, so you bring in your relief anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I feel like in this new age, they probably do want to increase the amount of batting, the amount of RBIs coming in, all of that. So that's probably why they're trying to create the DH all throughout the whole league, but I know.
I feel like baseball has changed the least amongst all of the sports. Like you see every year, like, is a rule change in all these other sports. I think baseball is realizing that finally, and they're like, yeah, we need to do something.
Yeah, but,
they moved the Astros to the AL, and it's interleague play all the time now. But it's like, we need something more exciting than that.
I still feel like one DH position through a whole batting order is not gonna increase like batting. I guess. I just feel like the DH high, like most of them probably batting 3-1, if that. I know that's high. I'm saying that's like the
probably 200s.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's the ultimate of
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you have a universal DH, what you're doing is you're allowing like vets to stay in the league longer because all they have to do is bat. So even if they Albert Pujols, but even if they don't have to feel, all they gotta do is just swing a bat. their life in the league and their career is extended because of that.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ortiz. I just never knew. I haven't watched him enough on the first base to know why he couldn't play. Why couldn't he play first base? He just was that lazy, or what?
Did it look like he could play out there in his career?
No, he didn't. But
okay.
I mean, first ain't really that. I don't know. I just don't.
You have to die for the ball at first too, Gideon.
I know you have to die. I know. But
I feel like it also.
Did you see this? So you noticed the slide as a fan, the slide down in his talent at first.
No, I mean, you could just see he was just comfortable at DH. He did not want to play defense. That's just all it was.
Okay.
He's like, I can hit you home runs, but defense, you need to leave that alone, sir.
And another thing, sorry to cut you off.
I was gonna say, I feel like it also puts that strain on the pitcher as well. You see, I feel like every other year they have like Tommy John surgery. You don't need them out there batting. So.
That's true. I heard about that Tommy John thing. That is F you up, eh?
I mean, they look like they're getting better at it now.
So that's like, I think they moved the muscle from the attached to the elbow or something, right?
Something like that. You know more about this than me.
No, I don't know.
I can't speak on it.
I just heard that's why it's so invasive that it's similar to the ACL type of.
Yeah, it's like a tear
surgery
off
that
the
is
elbow.
like you basically slightly screwed going forward. Slightly.
I mean they've gotten better with medical advancements, so there are. It still takes a whole year. So if you want to compare it to an ACL tear, then you could compare it in that terms of length. But there have been advancements in the medical industry, and you do have pitchers who have that injury and they're coming back and they are pitching almost at the level that they were before, but pretty decent and pretty solid.
Yeah. I mean, if you bring in the injury aspect, it's like it's more advantageous to keep pitchers pitching. You know what I mean? And not putting strain on their body like you're saying for real, because that is a lot of throwing, especially at that speeds or whatever.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
If you're looking at their arm angles, I'm like, bro, how are you doing this? Like for 100 pitches.
Yeah, but
what?
You just don't realize, and they just have like 100 pitches by the fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to pull them.
And that's why the rest are important.
Yeah, I mean, Canary, you want that player the other days, right?
not baseball. I would not.
It's a little different from baseball than basketball, eh?
It's considerably different.
Yes, but let's move on to the world sport now. Maybe not so much on the western side of the world, but
I mean, I feel like it
growing.
It growing.
Yeah, man, it coming in.
But like you could see, bro, FIFA don't really care about like you could see NBA actually care about like the
expansion.
Yeah,
I feel like FIFA cares. You don't feel like FIFA cares?
No, they care. I ain't saying they don't care. They care, but they care low amounts.
They already have the entirety of the world though, so it's like.
I agree. I just feel like they're not intensively trying to expand into the Western market. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong because what helps more is when like players like Zlatan and Ting was coming to MLS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. MLS was there.
But that ain't FIFA doing though. That's what I'm saying. That's the player making that move to make it more westernized.
It's still growing there.
Yeah.
MLS had to be formed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like MLS like that, but they're decent. Toronto been balling since.
Oh, you was watching MLS?
Not really. I slightly.
All right. I mean, at least the Premier League coming back. June 17th now.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. Can't wait.
Yeah, I also saw that two more athletes on Arsenal got COVID too as well. So.
Real?
Yeah, but I don't think they released. But I think his name Arteta. Eh?
Yeah, Arteta.
Yeah, Arteta had it, and I don't know how they like training facility was when he got it or whatever. I don't know, but two Arsenal players got positive too. That was like last week.
From Bournemouth as well, but I don't know. Liverpool going to win anyway, the trophy. So it's like
I mean, we can see, dog. Like I say, FA Cup and this another thing was different too, right? In terms of soccer, they actually speak like they put more value in winning more games in the league than the FA Cup, bro.
Really?
Like, they just be like, from what I've seen, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. I just feel I feel like a lot of leagues they'd be like, oh, we was number one.
Yeah.
But they don't be like, oh yeah, we won the FA Cup, but y'all was number 4, like in standings. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
That makes sense.
I don't know
FA Cup
why,
is like a
because they don't
side
get
trophy
nothing
though.
for being. You get literally nothing other than like fan popularity, I guess, for being number 1 in the division, bro.
What do you mean? You mean the Premier League?
Yeah, like in Premier League, when you're number 1, you don't get nothing.
No. You get a trophy. You get a trophy. What you mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the trophy. Oh yeah,
Premier League is
right,
prestigious, right?
You're right.
That's La Liga.
Even in Bundesliga, yeah, you get a trophy for being number 1.
Boy,
you're right. I forgot.
I think that's only a tier on the Champions League.
Yeah, you're right. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so my bad. With this trophy,
you love Champions League, we know.
With this trophy, though, this trophy is more prestigious than FA Cup and their league trophies.
Why would it not be?
I know, but I'm saying that I just don't. It's hard to fathom that you just being first in the league is better than like the tournament that y'all have for the league.
The thing is, though, in Champions League, it's the best from each league. Would you expect?
No, I'm saying FA Cup.
Oh, FA Cup.
I'm talking about the league tournaments because they have obviously they have the league tournament because of the fact that it have so much. You know what I mean? But Champions League
don't have as much prestige.
Champions League is it like, to me? I wouldn't be running on about us being first, being first in the world.
For real?
I mean, as a marketing ploy, obviously we have to use it. I'm just saying, as a GM, obviously we can market say we was first in the league, right? But I'm saying my goal is to be number 1 in Champions League as a GM. That's just me.
So let me ask you this. The man who has multiple soccer teams.
Yes.
Yes. So you think them winning the league doesn't matter as much as Champions League, and you know only one of your teams can win Champions League?
I know, yes. It's conflicting sometimes.
It should be.
Like when Barca was playing Arsenal, it's like, man, I won't win this.
Barca because Messi on Barca.
I was like, wait, I want Barca to win this, but
of course.
But it is conflicting sometimes, but man, you just gotta live with it, man.
Okay, if you say so. I mean,
yeah,
the people agree with you. So
they did. Hey, Arsenal is 3 on that. I think
you voted all that.
Say what?
I think you did all those votes.
I submitted one vote. I did.
Oh man,
that's just my opinion, bro. Like, I feel like soccer is that one sport where it's so vast that you could do that, bro. That's just my opinion.
I get it. I hear you.
Yeah, baby.
But I feel like all the trophies should be well represented. I don't feel like the FA Cup on the league level now.
No, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if that's like just a stigma, or is it because like placebo and you're like, yeah, that just don't matter because you come into watching soccer and it never mattered. You know, I don't know what caused it to just not be valued. I don't know, but
yeah, it's not much of a challenge as the other ones, I guess.
Yeah, we can see, but I mean, Liverpool, City balling, obviously, United doing trash as usual, potentially, I feel.
20 trophies. Anyways, what?
Dog, United ain't going nowhere now. Come on, stop it.
Wait till next year. Okay.
Liverpool, we didn't talk about this already. Liverpool has a team, and the oldest is Salah. Salah is 26 or 27.
Okay.
United. I mean,
Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford.
I mean,
Anthony Martial. The man is 21 years. What more
no,
you want?
Rashford nice. I agree. Rashford is nice, but I just don't. It ain't enough. And Pogba sound like he ready to ride out.
Wait till next year.
So what more do they need, Gideon? What would you give them?
I don't know. I just don't think it works. I don't know what they need.
You
They have a decent team, you know. Like, I ain't saying they dead. They have a decent team. They just don't.
On the pitch.
Huh? Say what?
He wasn't with a shooter on the pitch, bro. You don't know what's going on.
I
Wait till
guess.
next year.
I guess. We can see. We can see. I know. But we can see. I feel like it's Liverpool slightly to lose. I don't know who will face them. It depends on the group stages or whatever.
Liverpool winning, bro.
I mean, they represent twice. It's very rare that you do that back to back like that.
I can see it. I mean, based on the points, I don't see nobody running them now.
Yeah, and I don't think Juve have enough.
Oh, you don't have a Champions League now as well.
Yeah, I don't have a Champions League, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Wait. Barcelona's a problem always.
Barcelona's a problem. And
always.
You know how these soccer rumors go. They just was talking about Neymar trying to leave. Now Neymar about to sign a contract.
They always talk about Neymar, bro.
Bro, there's always something, bro.
It's always something with him.
Messi say, oh, yeah, it's trying to get Neymar. That's someone like, bro, the rumors in soccer never stop. Like, you don't know what's true or not, bro.
Oh, half of that is be fake. So
riders gotta get paid, you know.
That's true. I just stopped since I started watching soccer, like the first year, I just even stopped looking at the rumors, bro. Because, like, the amount of things that days we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would they even do this? Why would they want to do that?
Pogba's looking to go. Oh, Pogba signed for 5 years. Like, when did he look to go?
And when did he sign for 5 years?
Like, I do agree, though, that Lukaku stuff was true. It seemed like that was true. Remember, when he was trying to get Lukaku out? He ended up going.
Oh yeah.
That ended up being true because, Lukaku was saying, yeah, they was telling him one thing, and then they was literally going to reporters and saying we want to transfer him.
Oh yeah.
So
these teams don't care what players supposed to do.
No, they don't.
They only want the result, bro.
But the thing is, Lukaku was putting the ball in the net.
He wasn't doing it the way they like it, Kim.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Mm-hmm.
I feel like Lukaku was a good piece for them.
Right? They say Rashford needs to grow, but he could be better than you. So playing you on the wing, he didn't like playing on the wing. So
he didn't like playing on the wing.
No. He's as a striker. Why would they play on the wing? That don't make sense.
That's true though.
Yeah.
Dyna's job.
Disrespect.
If any, I guess they wanted Rashford to put the ball in the net because Rashford is he's a striker too, but he's more of a wing fit player though.
It's another guy you don't know about. This guy 18. He might be 19 now. Mason Greenwood. That's a bad.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a bad man right there. But I guess, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Forbes list.
Yeah, you see this Forbes list for athletes at itself.
Athletes in general,
and then they talk about the top female. I got the picture here for top athletes in general.
Yeah.
Where this is. Let me see. Yeah, so they have Federer. That's number one, 106.
I saw that.
I was like,
you say 106?
106?
106, bro.
Oh my God.
In a year, bro.
A year?
In a year, bro. That's crazy for me. 106 in a year. Ronaldo second. Messi third. I knew Neymar was making money too. Neymar's fourth. Then LeBron.
Neymar is very marketable.
Yeah, he is. Then is LeBron. 88, sorry. Steph at 74. Kevin Durant at 63. Tiger Woods at 62. The trash of them all, Kirk Cousins at 60.5 at 9.
That's ridiculous.
Hey,
and Carson Wentz, the boy who pissing me off the most on this list, at 59.1 million.
I don't know what this man do.
Oh, why are you so conflicted, boy?
He did nothing to you, boy.
Hey, it sounds like you like LeBron more than Carson.
That's what it sounds like to me, and I personally don't go.
I know.
What? Kirk Cousins is the modern day Sam Bradford, though. But we could.
Well, not necessarily, because he been to the playoffs, bro. Not necessarily.
I feel like my only thing about that list is after that, when you see highest paid female athlete.
Oh yeah,
it's it's no comparison, bro.
Yeah.
Like the difference is that's ridiculous. Honest.
Did they have the whole female list?
No, they only.
I think they just picked Naomi Osaka out, 37.4 mil.
And she's 29th in the world. I think Serena is 33.
That's disrespectful to me. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah,
it's like
this more so potential, bro.
I get it, but it's like
them endorsements was probably potential based, obviously.
See, my thing is you could say that, but I like Naomi Osaka now. But look at Federer. I like it
too.
Federer is not at. I am a Federer star. Federer is not the top tennis player right now. I'd say between Djokovic and Nadal.
Correct.
Federer still be winning though, like Federer is like Federer.
He ranked third. That's admirable.
I think he won Wimbledon last time, eh?
I'm not sure, but
I think
I know
Federer
one
won
thing.
Wimbledon, bro.
I know one thing. Serena deserves better than that, dog. She's not. That's a generational talent.
I know. I get it. That's
not just generation. That might have been the greatest tennis player we've ever seen.
Hey, Serena.
That might be,
bro. But right now, bro, they see Naomi in 22. It's like, boy, you want a good projection.
See, you saying potential, but for Federer being there forever. So how you can say potential?
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. That's the same.
You gotta give Serena a do too, then.
So
but if you look at it, the only person who actually young and have potential on the male side who could potentially do him is Djokovic, right? But Djokovic is be losing.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. Naomi, at least she winning slightly, little here and there.
But I mean, Federer losing too, can you?
Yeah, you're right.
They just need to give Serena a do. I don't get why that's so hard.
So
but is it
But is it just Serena though, or like I feel like women athletes all over the world, all over the different sports and different leagues, they need to be paid more. They don't get their dues worth.
I agree. I agree. It's based off of like I'm guessing these TV deals that they have and all this other stuff. Obviously, it's based on how much players or how much people watching in general, right? So
yeah. But my thing is,
we need to find a way to get people in the seats to watch it.
They ain't even pushing those sports so people can even get involved. It's like a lot of the time, a lot of the male sports are being pushed on us. It's like, let's look at the national soccer teams. The U.S. women's national soccer team might be the most dominant American team I've ever seen in my life. Like every time they go to a tournament, they trying to win, bro. Megan Rapinoe, Julie Ertz, and all of them. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, but they don't be playing.
They winning, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, so how y'all pushing the male soccer team over there?
And they trash.
They ain't winning nothing. They're not winning anything.
I shouldn't say they trash, but they just be losing, man.
That's the world's view, man.
I'm sorry. It's a national team, but
yeah, it's like
they're not winning a World Cup, bro.
No, never.
I think
they can't even get out of group stages.
Exactly.
And it's
they got on like one time in
group stages, to be honest. I think they must.
It is.
It's on being group stages because high teams don't get out of group stages. So it always depends on what your stage is. Because people just be stunking on Australian thing, but Australia always coming out of group stages, bro.
Yeah.
And
no one would make soccer league.
Yeah. Even what the team is. That's Iceland, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Iceland with the low per capita rate. They just be coming out of group stage and thing, bro.
They probably eat, sleep, and drinks all day. So
that's it, man. That's all they do.
Yeah. But I mean, that women's national team, boy, that's a scary sight. Like, you know they're gonna win. Even if they don't win, you still, have them up there to where it's like, okay, I get bad money on this team.
And the thing is, they only make about I think it's $100K a year each member of the team, and that's nothing compared to the accomplishments and the achievements.
Yeah, but that's even like with WNBA also.
Yeah,
Maya Moore was winning rings out the wazoo, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how much she's get paid?
I didn't even know. Instead, I watched it a little bit more from the highlights and stuff that I saw. I didn't even know that on the off season they just go and play overseas, bro, for more money. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because it's necessary. Because they're not getting their worths.
Yeah, but
their worth in these leagues.
And that's been a thing, even from back in the day, bro. That they used to do that all the time. So they basically playing 2 seasons.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's rough on your body.
That's rough, but and that's why it's like a lot of them get injured hypothetically, and like what the girl named Brianna Stewart, she got injured too. I think she was injured for the whole year. I forgot what injury she had.
Oh, for real? Oh.
I think she got injured overseas.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, babe. So I know, babe. I know. I mean, you know, RIP to Kobe, but you know that's one of the things that he was working on, how to get more marketability to the sport, how to get more marketability to the whole league in itself.
Yeah.
He's working with the first
He was working
overall
with the
pick this year.
commissioner. Huh?
Yeah.
First overall pick too.
He training things.
Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like hopefully things change with her because she looks like she coming to try to take the league over.
Yeah,
I feel like Maya
she ain't
Moore.
playing.
Maya Moore is my favorite all that, but she look like she ain't playing for real.
Yeah.
And only thing we hope is it goes up, because they need their worth. So
Yeah.
they're gonna go overseas. They're gonna get injured because they're not getting their worth. So until it changes, we have no control over. Well, they have no control over what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, this year, bro, like I been saying, I was like, boy, I could try my hardest to watch a lot of games this season to try to get more familiar with it, because I did watch the draft or whatever just to see. But I could try make a concerted effort to try watch as much as I could, because days be nice, but when you're looking at what days be doing, days be nice, bro.
Come on.
Yeah.
They got some ballers. I mean, we had a Bohemian girl in the finals last year, man. We was close.
Yeah, she was balling. She was balling too.
She was balling. I was like, man, it was like they going to game 7, eh? Oh no, or did they go to 5?
I think they go to 5. I'm not sure, but I think it went to 5. I think it went to 5.
Yeah,
I'll have to double check. We ain't the best on this.
I was like
trying to.
We're trying to get there. Give us a couple weeks. We get there, folks.
I think they go to 5 though. But yeah, she I think in that game clinching, that game when they was almost gonna get knocked out. Yeah, she's the one who bring them up.
Yeah, I think it was going against Della Donne, Elena.
Yeah, the Washington. Yeah, I went to 5.
Yeah, it's 5, right? Yeah,
it's 5.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but she's a good.
Real dog. But yeah, we can see what's going on. We can see. Yeah, we probably should take another little break. We'll be back to y'all.
Some more get y'all in a minute.
See ya.
No, man.
Are we on? We back?
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, man, we back.
Yeah, so there's a big golf event over the weekend.
Yeah, babe.
Well, yeah. By the time this released,
this will be the week after.
Last weekend.
Last week.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
I mean, the March 2 got some greats on for that one. Peyton Tiger versus Tom and Phil. I don't feel about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I just like Tiger. I mean, I think we picked. Well, I picked Tiger to win. So I was
you picked Tom.
I mean, I picked Tom and I picked Tiger. That was the weird conflicting thing about it.
No, yeah, we picked Tom as the best, but I think I picked Tiger to win that golf thing. So I was like, yeah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if y'all saw the boys be doing them videos. Tom pants a drip.
Oh yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
That shot was an amazing shot though.
That was actually a good shot.
The eagle?
Yeah.
Oh, eagle?
Yeah. I'm assuming the par was 4 and he got it on the 2. I'm assuming that's what it was. But I don't know.
That was clutch. Vintage Tom Brady right there. But
yeah, that's a box spin on that. That was a tough shot for real, baby.
Wait, is there anything he can't do?
Yeah, I know. I mean, they say he played bad the whole day though. That just was like a one, highlight of the day. But
he played still a highlight, boy. Still a highlight.
Gotta give our respect to Peyton though. He did his thing when he needed to.
Yeah, man.
Beat Tom Brady. What it is now?
I didn't like the
Not close.
when they
7
was
to
at
11.
it was still 7-11. I didn't like when they was at the what it called at the driving range. Peyton was like, yeah, I could have do a couple things. It's hard to get him off his bearing.
Yeah.
I could have brought Eli. I thought about it. I could have brought Nick
Nick
Foles,
Foles.
but,
Yeah.
but and then Tom was like, oh no, that's taking it too far. How is that taking it too far?
Because he's like, but I wanted them rings. You think Tom still mad over that, bro? What you
I know
mean?
Tom. Tom, I think
that could have been 8.
Yeah.
That could have been 9. No, that would have been 9.
Yeah, it could have been 9.
And Peyton said, if his mommy didn't have him and Eli, Tom could have 11 because Peyton made the Super Bowl twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah, bro. So
that's crazy.
like, wow.
That's
crazy, dog. Wait, I know.
Peyton won 3 times actually. Yeah, Peyton won 3 times. So yeah, I make 11.
Peyton. Yeah, he went 3 times.
Yeah.
But the thing, I lost my point. God dang. But the thing is, I found it. I hope that this is the start of something. So like, you have Peyton, Tiger, and you got Tom and Phil. I hope they eventually evolve because Steph plays a little bit of golf too, right?
He's good.
So
he's nice.
You increasing the charity, just put football star, golf star, basketball star on the teams, and just go all out. Like I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I mean that's the point of like Steph Curry. He have a tournament that he does in the off season, so that's the point of all that to get those juices flowing in a different sport.
Yeah,
it'd be good. I think it'd be a good watch though. So hopefully hopefully that's in the works, and after the higher ups for that tournament listen to this podcast, they develop the plan.
I mean, I think that got very high rated just because of timing and everything. So I can see the third one happening. That was the match 2, right? So
yeah. I feel like it could get ratings now. Normally golf don't get nothing because like I always say no. I don't know about ratings. I'm just assuming when you compare.
Okay.
But I always said like my cousin played like I guess competitively because he was like representative for the Bahamas. I always say that watching it live is way more funner than watching it on the TV because the TV it don't follow the one person. Obviously, you can't follow one golfer the whole day, right?
Yeah.
But like how it's so when I watched it, it's like they just go to this one, then it's flip to this one, then it's flip to the next, and then flip to this hole, that hole. It is get confusing, man.
That's how it is with most sports. Like you have to see it live to respect it more, I guess.
Yeah,
man. But
so I know
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Hopefully they do organize something like that again, and then if it's not even with them, like you're saying, with other players or whatever,
Yeah.
Because I think
that was a good
down. That was a good thing they did because I think everyone down to at least do it for these times,
Yeah.
Because where they play, they play in Florida or I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Florida. Eh?
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah. That's a tough one. But on to the next topic. This one, I don't even know where this come from. I don't know if Bucky Brooks was just feeling himself.
Came out of pocket, man.
Very out of pocket. Out of something, like Gideon would say.
Yeah, he's smoking something.
Predicted Kyler Murray to win the MVP of the entire National Football League. Not of his division. The whole league. How y'all feel with that?
KDM could go first. I think you have a lot more to say.
I don't. I literally don't have a lot.
You don't get.
Honestly, like I say, I agree he has more weapons. I just don't feel like they still ain't the best team in the West. So, like, you got to be at least winning a division to even be an MVP competition, in my opinion. You can't be a wild card. It's hard for you to be a wild card and, like, you potentially could win MVP. I don't see that rarely happens if it has ever. So that's the first problem with his prediction. God, I don't think that they're going to come out the West. Well, they could probably be 3, I guess. I don't know. Because when I look at it, I even forgot about San Francisco and flicking Seahawks. I was thinking about Rams too better than them. Like, They could worry, but Kyler Murray does have the options. He does have the wide receivers at this point. Larry Legend about to go out the door, so he could show DeAndre a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They secondary ain't not good.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot the guy they signed. Like he's in the second year. He pretty
They
decent.
have Isaiah Simmons though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They do have Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, man.
In Madden in our Madden league and in real life.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it, man. Just let it go, babe. Let it go.
Man,
let it go.
I don't see him winning it. I don't even know if I see him in the like you said, I don't know if I see him in the conversation because I no matter what his year is, I don't think he'll have a better year than some other quarterbacks or even some other running backs, receivers, defensive backs. Not saying that MVP is only a quarterback's award.
It's highly quarterback award.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It's biased.
It shouldn't, but it's highly.
Yeah.
So I have to read up on that article because obviously if you have a prediction that bold,
that had to been like a bold prediction of next year, but like
it was. It could have just be like, yeah, I thought about this, I analyzed it, and this guy's definitely gonna get.
Yeah,
you know.
Because the thing is with bold predictions is you put it out there. If it comes true, you're the greatest who ever lived.
Yeah,
if it doesn't come through, no one remembers that you.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So like that's why you get so much bold predictions. But Kyler Murray winning MVP, no, I don't see it.
But I mean, to Bucky Brooks' credit, I did not ever foresee at the time when Lamar was drafted. I did not ever see him winning it that soon. So
I think he's trying to base that off as well.
And I see that point. I never would have picked Lamar Jackson to win it in his second year. So I mean, I get what he's.
It's a close comparison
even
with
before the season. I wouldn't have picked him to win MVP.
Skill sets also.
Yeah. And he got better options really on the offensive end.
Who?
Kyler.
Yeah,
compared
Kyler
to Lamar at this time when he So
Kyler,
but
Kyler didn't run at the combining.
Huh?
He didn't run at the combining.
I don't remember.
I think they were having rumors like he ran 4.2 or something. Like
I don't think he didn't even throw. Did he throw? He may have thrown it. I slightly remember him throwing.
I don't remember.
Anyway, but I mean, he ain't no run no 4.2 now. Stop it. That's a lie.
Who knows?
I mean, that's true, but he is fast, but he ain't no run no 4. He ain't run nothing now. Come on.
What's a 4.2 to y'all though? That's the thing.
4.2 is 4.2.1 to 4.29, bro.
Okay.
You're trying to get rhymes because because a 4.2 is a 4.2.
4.2.
4.2.1. The 4.29 is a sub 4.3.
Okay, sub 4.3. Sub 4.3. That's what he got.
I give Goodell sub 4.3 at 4.25. I'll give you that. From 4.25 to 4.29, you could say sub 4.3. That's just my opinion. Even though all of it is for sub 4.3. But if he run then it go to 4.1, you saying it's sub 4.2 now. That's when it shift over.
Is he running 4.1 or 4.1?
I'm just saying hypothetically, when it go into the next one, that's when it shift to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like if you say he ran something, that means he ran that speed. And if anything between, I call it sub or a little bit over 4.2 or whatnot. That's just how I terminize everything.
Okay, well, so I guess some people probably agree with you.
I'm pretty sure they do. You could pull it.
Well, that would be enthusiasts and fanatics for real, because I don't even know who. I mean, a lot of people probably in depth with that, but a lot of people don't know that.
It's a math question.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah. But I mean, on to some more trouble news to connect it with football and stuff like that. Colin Kaepernick started all this stuff and trying to create awareness to police brutality against African Americans in the States and trying to use his platform in a positive light to try and generate change either through legislation or through, I guess, treatment of African Americans in general. But this stuff that's happening now you could see it's clear and evident as to why he did what he did, bro. Because like the stuff that's going on now in the States is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, it fills you with like so many mixed emotions. It's like confusion at one point,
Anger.
sadness and fear, anger. And it's
Yeah.
like, what more do I have to do? Like you say, it was peaceful protests. It's like, that ain't working. So now at this point, I just really just got to make you feel or let you know how I feel by allowing you to feel the same way. And me personally, as a person, I feel like you could have your views or whatever, but once your views start harming me or other people,
It's a
then
problem.
only thing you could expect for me to do is try to defend myself in whatever way I can. Like, if you could potentially take my life away, that's a huge issue, bro. Like,
Yeah, because it's been time after time when like individuals who literally doing nothing. You could literally do nothing and still be shot dead. You could do something and still be shot dead. Like there's a lot of scenarios. I forgot the name as Abduli or something like that. He was in New York, basically in his little lobby of his apartment, and they shoot him 47. Like 3 police officers shoot him 47 times, bro. And all 3 of them got off. This is in like the 90s. And it's like time after time. Sean Bell, he's coming out of his car. He has shot 50-some times. 50-some shots, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. How is that not considered excessive? Like, I don't get it.
Bro,
Emptying the clip. Emptying the clip, bro.
I feel like something needs to be done on the induction on the psychology side of things. When you're joining the force or when you're joining anything, and you do periodically you check the person's psych level, because if you were to do something that excessive, that's not gonna come out of nowhere. I mean, that's latent. It's gonna be there. So you need to determine these factors. It's sad that it's happening, and I understand why people are doing what they're doing, but like you have to, as a way, should be a way to prevent all these things from happening, because a loss of a life is a serious thing, because then like, now you don't know how far this is gonna go, or to the depths, and like Magara said, it like fills you with a lot of emotion, so it's very tough to talk on, and like something needs to be done.
Yeah, because with this same buddy, when they pull up the rap sheet, he been in a previous shooting of a similar scenario where I think the person was either Mexican or Latino descent, and the police officers shoot him in Minneapolis too. I don't know the full facts of the case, but it was a slightly similar situation. But like I say, from the video that I saw, it literally looked like, I've been telling all this, and I tell like Gillis them this when we was talking about this in Conk Boy stuff. It's like this ain't his first rodeo, bro. That didn't look like this was his first rodeo. It looked like he done used to this, bro.
Yeah. And my thing is, you don't even give them a big enough penalty, bro. You just say you fired.
Yeah.
Like what?
It ain't even about the hasteness, because what happened was that the DA come out and say that this evidence is not sufficient. Initially, he said the evidence is not sufficient enough to do a charge. But what me and Kendra was looking into yesterday is that they charge him with 3rd-degree murder and manslaughter. And 3rd-degree murder is only constituted in the states of Minnesota, Florida, and Pennsylvania.
It's too much semantics, bro. You just need to serve justice in the proper manner, I believe, bro.
And I was trying to look to see what the minimum is. The maximum still is 25 to life for 3rd degree. But I was trying to find out what the minimum is, because I hear that someone say his bail was 200,000. 200,000. But people just get bail for $1 million for stealing something.
Yeah.
You should not be on the streets.
And that's what I'm saying. If he paid that bail throughout this whole trial process before they take him to court, because obviously in the States, you got to do a trial process to see if the evidence is enough to even charge them and go to trial. Throughout this whole process, he could be able to go home.
And I mean, it's being so many names that we've known already and so many lives lost. It's like I can see why the outrage is as big as it is now. Because it's
Yeah,
like, when is it gonna stop? Like that
yeah,
don't even
yeah.
make
And
sense
during this
anymore.
whole scenario, bro, if you look at what's going on, there's other stories of it happening right in front. Like I posted some other stuff. Like this woman, she was just on a sidewalk. They come and punching them out. They punching her, like the
Oh
day
yeah, I saw.
there was
Yeah,
another one in San Diego. The boy was just waiting on his friend, and the police come and arrest him for assault. And they push him on the floor, and they arrest him for assault. And he did talk to the police officer in a aggressive tone, so it had to
yeah,
been verbal assault. But at the end of the day, it's like what Muhammad Ali saying. I think it was either Muhammad Ali or Malcolm X. It's like how you could charge me with assault, and you come assaulting me first.
exactly.
How you could like I don't get it.
Abuse
Now
of
it
power.
probably ain't a hole. It probably ain't a stick. To be
Yeah,
honest, I don't know. You have to go and
who
look to see
knows?
what actually happened. But I mean, it's just sickening, bro. I didn't know how to feel either, bro. I was more so angry or upset because it could be anyone, bro. You chilling this, you just going on holiday. You chilling in Orlando. I don't know how much times I've been to the States. Just
Exactly.
going to have
Yeah.
fun,
Mm-hmm.
and you in a wrong rental car. Or you just going to work out on the run on the you going to do something simple. Go to
Yeah.
Walmart for shopping or something, and they trying to flick and take your life, boy.
I don't get it. It's like,
I ain't know, boy. I was watching this Democratic leader for the caucus. I forget which state, but
mm,
he basically was already talking to the Senate about changing legislation and about changing like slowly changing some things. So like for example, they was working on the Eric Gardner
mm-hmm.
I forgot what it called, but it's Eric Gardner law or something like that, where the chokehold for a police officer is no longer permitted.
Why was that ever
I
needed?
have no idea, but in it
Especially if they're already cuffed. Like that.
exactly. So
I
with
don't
the
get it.
Eric Gardner person, how that person got off was that they was saying something about imminent danger or something like that, and even though he was using the chokehold, they was able to prove that he was in imminent danger, so he got off. Obviously, and I forgot. I like you have to actually follow the case and know the defenses what the defense attorneys are using in order to
Mm-hmm.
get their clients off in these situations. In this situation, if the autopsy holds up, what the autopsy was initially saying was that um, all of this was not from asphyxiation. It was more so from his underlying health issues. So my thing is, as a defense, you could play on the fact that the coroner say it's underlying health issues, but the family
Mm-hmm.
did get another coroner to do the autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
So if they find some damaging of the larynx or damaging of the voice box, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
it may be something that the prosecution could use. But my thing is that even if it's underlying health issues, what is being brought? What is bringing the underlying health issues to the surface? You choking him on the floor with 300 pounds of weight on him. That's what's bringing the underlying health issues
Exactly.
to the surface.
Exactly.
So I don't know, like the legal jargon backing it. I think it's something to where, like, if you bring up those health issues, you still liable basically for the murder. But I don't know. I don't know about it.
It's like it's just too much confusion there, man. They
Yeah, I don't know. And they
just
looking
need
to
to.
see now. They looking to see now. They ain't charged the other ones yet, but it ain't even about charging. It's about actually going through this evidence on trials to see if they have enough evidence and actually going through a trial and prosecuting them and convicting them. Because charging them ain't nothing.
Charging injustice.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
need some
So
kind of justice.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like you say, you try to do it silently, they had a problem. Every Sunday they was running on about cap, bro.
I telling
Every
you, I'm
Sunday they
like,
was in running on about what's going on in football or whatever. They run on about Cap disgracing the flag and he
he
disgracing
ain't
the
bringing harm to nobody, bro.
no, bro.
And I feel like at least he doing something. Like I say, like for a lot of young black people, like a lot of their idols aren't like the president or like other people of that height or supposed to be in charge in that way. Most of them are athletes like Kaepernick and other
Yeah.
people like that because they see themselves in them and they see all the things that they do and they're like, I try to somehow be that one day. Yeah. So I mean, like, I get it when they try to, express their voice, and a lot of people just want to, shut them up. Like you say with LeBron. LeBron is more he's very vocal when it comes to like politics and stuff, and even incidents like we've had. And what the news reporter from Fox News, what she say, shut up and
Yeah, she
dribble or
said,
something
"Shut up
like
and
that.
dribble, babe."
I was like,
You ain't want to hear that, babe.
wow. I was like,
Shut up and
okay,
dribble, bro. You ain't want to hear all of that.
yeah, we all doing a lot right now.
But
And
that's
I
the
mean,
problem, but that's the problem. A lot of people, bro, they have it misconstrued. Like I was watching the CNN take too. I don't know if y'all know, but this lady, I don't know what she is. I think she just is a correspondent. She basically was trying to check this woman. This woman basically was running on to say that, we've made great strides, we just ended slavery. Thankfully, we ended slavery and all this. And she was making it seem like, what's the term? She was making it seem like it's glad y'all should be happy that we ended
you
it.
deserve
Like,
a pat on the back.
yeah, you deserve a pat on the back for ending, like like how are you trying to get a pat on the back for ending that? Like,
yeah, it's like you didn't feel like this was humanly wrong. Like you felt like you deserve some credit for that. Like what?
yeah, and I saw another clip with Louis Farrakhan. He's a big Muslim leader.
Yeah.
He basically was talking about a lot of people who come from this aspect too. They feel like innately Black people in general have some bottled up resentment towards that stuff. So before you even give them a chance to mobilize forces and be as a unit, you scared that they even could potentially do that and potentially do the same thing that they're doing to you. So before that happened, you just treat them on unequal playing grounds too. Before any of that even happened.
Yeah.
So I know, baby. I know. There's some rough times. Plus, you're going through pandemic and all this other stuff that's still going on.
And I mean, it's not only just like regular people; it's like institutionalized as well.
Yeah, it's like, institutionalized, bro.
It's like, how do you even like? What do you expect me to do? Like, how do you expect me to react and feel? Like, I am a human as well. Like,
I mean, the Ronnie Rule.
Yeah, the Rooney Rule. Also, I mean, the NFL they trying to hire when it comes with the hiring of Black coaches.
Yeah,
trying to give you
it's
minority,
included minority too. Yeah, minority.
Yeah. So what the conversation would be is like a third round pick if you actually. Oh, that's the.
I think that's
agreement
what the
they're trying to get to.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, we don't know it's going to be on the back end of the third, the first of the third. I don't know because it'll be like a pick that doesn't intrude on the order, the regular order of the draft. So I'm assuming you will have 2 third rounds.
Yeah, and I mean it's even sad that you even have to do that, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta just see me as a coach and be like, okay, this man is good enough to get a job. Like you have to have the compensation of a third round pick to even consider hiring me.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's still backwards intuitive because literally some owners may just do that just to get that third round pick.
Yeah. And be like, okay, we can get rid of this guy in like 2 years. Don't worry about that. You know?
Yeah. Like I don't I mean, it is a stride, but it's still a backward. It's like a 2-step forward, 2-step backward type of stride.
Yeah,
I'd say 3 back. I'd say 3 back because that's not that's not putting you back to where you started. Because
that's true. That's true. So I
that's
guess
like the same thing with the pat on the back. Like I need a pat on the back because I did this for this person.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, but I know, but like, I mean, it's good. It's good. I feel like this is one of the times I saw Killer Mike talking about some stuff too recently. I think it was like last night with T.I. because they're in Atlanta. I think some riots and stuff was happening in Atlanta and stuff too. So he was talking about it in general, about this being a transformative time to where legislation and everyone have to come together and transformatively change the system because it's more than evident of what's going on. And that's what I forgot. It was an academic too who was being on CNN. He's like an old guy with an afro and forget his name. You probably know his face, but he basically saying he glad that people on the streets because if people was just taking this, he would have been like, "There's no hope." You know what I mean? If people just take that and swallow that, boy, he said he glad that people on the streets.
Yeah.
So I know, but all they could do is wish for the best and try to do your part, I guess. But like, I know Sean King was promoting some stuff. I called the hotline. I signed a petition. I know Beyonce did another petition. I signed that. So I know. So all they could do really try and help as much as they could.
Yeah. Really, all you're looking for is equality, dog. I don't see why that's such a hard thing to ask.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not hard to ask for. It's just hard for it to be realized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess for this week, I guess we'll leave it there, you know.
Ponder on that.
Say what?
Tell them to ponder on it.
Yeah, ponder on that, you know.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Fill in the comment section. We need justice, you know. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave you all with that. We should have a moment of silence at the end of this or something.
Yeah, we could do a quick moment of silence.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll catch y'all later, man. Catch y'all next week. Y'all take it easy.
All right, folks.
All right. Next week.